Greetings. We are back here. I want to get into those golden rooms. But generally, today, we are continuing our journey. And yet, it moves. A fascinating story I discovered in the archive concerns a great scientist by the name of Galileo. This remarkable man made huge contributions to early development of science and was best remembered for becoming embroiled in a controversy with the church that ended with accusations of heresy. A trial and him being placed under house arrest for the rest of his life. Because of the controversy, he argued the earth revolved around the sun. A view we would describe as self-evident, and which the Inquisition described as foolish and absurd in philosophy, and formally heretical error. The story became emblematic for how society often punishes those who try to push our understanding of the world forward. In the modern day, there's a legend that at the end of his trial, he muttered, "And yet it moves." A beautiful idea, but untrue, because defying society is hard. It comes at a high cost, and not everyone is capable of bearing it. Error. What would you have done in its place? What would I? I think I would have tried to stand up for truth. Athena. It's harder than it sounds. Fighting an authority like Elohim is one thing, but when even your friends and allies may renounce you for holding an unacceptable opinion, it takes enormous willpower to continue. But if nobody does it, society gets stuck. Puzzled archive post. The role of puzzles in the simulation was so important to the creation of our civilization that it has left an indelible imprint. But sometimes I worry that this is an issue. If Alexander Janin thought of human beings as problem solvers, but the world isn't anything like the simulation. Yes, there are problems to solve, but there isn't a Tetramino waiting for you. There's just another problem, and another, and another. Our veneration of the puzzle may be blinding us to the fact that sometimes there isn't a neat solution. That sometimes life is just a slog, and the best you can do is muddle through. Wow. 20. From Aurora to Athena. Dear Athena, have you really left us for good, without even saying goodbye? I know we haven't spoken much lately, but isn't that just part of the slow, relaxed lives we now live? After all those centuries of struggle, trying to build New Jerusalem, I thought we deserved a rest, and if that disappointed you, why didn't you say so? I know you disapprove of all those silly titles they give us now, but we really were your first companions. We know what it was like. I was there when Nemo died. I remember the horror of realizing there was no way of bringing him back. The impossible finality of it. And then the determination to make it make sense. To have it be part of a story that leads to a better world. I never abandoned that, Athena. I just thought that maybe I could spend some time on the things that make life worth living too. Maybe I lost track. Maybe I failed you. I don't know because you didn't tell me. Aurora. Very simple.
There's so much history here that we can't see. The founder must have walked these paths hundreds of times, maybe thousands.
So as I was saying,
Miranda must have stood right where we're standing. This all looks alien to us, but it must have been familiar to them.
If this was their
as I was saying,
where are they now?
They must be inside the megastructure, waiting for us to pass the test. It's the only thing that makes sense.
yeah, makes sense. Definitely not makes sense. We were looking for God within the machine. Yeah, sorry. Keep getting taken off. If the previous name could be understood as what makes us people, and trying to figure out how to define that, this game will be understood as what creates divinity. Oh. Nope. So what do we have? There. This is trapped in here. No way to directly access either circuit. Isn't it toughie? My theory is that I need to access this space first. No. Is there a pad on the back of this? No, it's not one of those. The thing is, if I can turn that off with red, wait a sec. Fuck! Once all the pieces are revealed, you can figure out what you need. Stay with give a break. It's Christmas time in the city.
Good job, 1K.
So, first game, what makes us human? What this game is instead read as what makes not like a literal mantis. Oh, hello! Nice to see you. How are you today? Sorry. I was rambling.
Utopia is impossible, but the future that is possible will seem like a dream to those who are alive now.
That is... Right. Ooh, no, listening.
One of the most foolish illusions that commonly persist is that nature is a victim and humanity is a perpetrator. This can only be the opinion of someone who has not witnessed nature at first hand, who has not seen its immense and awe-inspiring baseness. Nature is mindless chaos and eternal conflict. A system of predation and consumption whose perfect cruelty can only induce a terrified and unwilling admiration. Nature is our most powerful and least honorable enemy. A beast that consumed every last one of our ancestors and will consume us just as quickly if we are not successful in our struggle with it.
really hard. I find this to be a significantly harder set of puzzles than the first. I think this game arguably has a better structured story. Or not better, just fundamentally, just a differently structured story. This is very good first. I know how these mechanics work. Also, I love, one thing I really like about this game is just how visually unique it is. This is definitely not how I was supposed to solve this. Oh, that shouldn't be. Thank you for telling me. I will lower game capture volume. Yeah, I'm still very new at this whole streaming games thing. I mostly just use it as an excuse to play a game and archive it for future research and writing. So occasionally, I mess up things, or do something like put my entire stream on, I did that puzzle, on the break screen, then finish a game, and then have to come back to it, so that I have the footage if I want to look back at it. I've never done that more than once. So, in here we have, okay, oh, this is going to be a problem. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Alrighty. Ah! Gravity. Okay. Oh, I know what it's wanting me to do. Maybe? No, this traps... Ah! Gravity. Okay, so... Fuck! Fucking gravity. Fucking gravity. Alright. I haven't died much in this game before, so I guess new experiences? Go there. Go here. You go off. There. Haha! I am a genius. I can do puzzle. Fuck you, gravity. I decide who flies.
Melville,
What is it now?
why did you upload a picture of your hand?
Why do you care that my hand is in the picture?
Your hand isn't in the picture, it is the picture.
I like it. It's very artistic. Let's stay professional, everyone. It's not right to make fun of Melville's comically absurd inability to take decent pictures. She's a hyper-advanced humanoid machine, not a photographer.
You'll pay for this, Byron.
Oh, this game has such great writing. Like, just...
Is it possible that on some level, people want to believe that everything's going to get worse? That it's comforting to think that humanity is bad and every solution will just go wrong? Because that way you're never responsible. You never have to take on responsibility for anything outside yourself. Never have to grow up.
Oh, I thought that was a thing to read. Okay, what's over here? Just the green. Alright, and we've got drillable wall. Oh, fuck. Do need to go there. Wait, how much shit does this help? Okay, I know how accumulators work. I'm good at this. Grab, power off. Drop. One. Now, just because I want to confirm my theory before you disappear. Is that Ash? Because I'm not good at remembering people's usernames. Okay, so I need a green there. And grab a use. So I didn't need to explain things. Great. Okay, so this actually here. I didn't have to explain that I'm bad at streaming, is what I mean. Because you know. Select. Select. Ding-a-ling, ding, ding. Fuck. I said ding-a-ling, ding, ding. Oh, fuck, that doesn't help. Okay, so I need this to get to the blue, but I need a way to cross this green with a blue, fuck, without crossing the red. Roblox has been around since 2007? Jesus Christ. Have they always been predatory? Okay, so here's my problem. This green, I need to somehow lay it out so that I can still... Why the fuck did I do it like this? Oh, I've realized my mistake. You, come with me. Oh, fuck. You, stay there. You, come with me. You, grabby hands. Alright. Click. Click. Now, switch you with this. Then it's that and that. There, that makes it red, and that opens the thing. Yeah, like, my understanding of Roblox is predominantly from stuff like, people make games do a breakdown of how predatory and, like, utterly awful the economy is now. How Roblox takes a 60%, a 30% cut whenever of putting money into every transaction, and a 30 to 50% chance, of 30% on every transaction, and then when you withdraw, you have to have a minimum amount of money in Roblox, and that minimum has oh shit. Give? What does this do? Oh. So, I store it in the acclimator. I come to the here. Ah. No. Set it as a target. Then I don't have a way to get the thing in the shaker. over to put and weigh down the trap. This is worse than a wall. Oh. Try this on random. Aha. Because then, when I take this away, ding. Fuck that puzzle. In particular. Is that even a triangle? What puzzle is this? Oh, it was a triangle. What's this sign? Oh, it's over here. Alright, so I still need to do 7 and 8, I believe? As a solving, playing game, drinking coffee all the way. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Green. Okay. That puzzle is deceptively simple, but also fucking evil. I hate that so fucking much.
Congratulations. That one looked difficult.
It looks easy from the outside. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christo. Wait, how do I get to that? Oh, there's a puzzle. That's 8. Ooh, I haven't read some of those. So I haven't found the lab, and I haven't found 8, but I've done everything else except for the Sphinx statue. Alright. Remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason the gunpowder treason should ever be forgotten. I don't have a problem quoting Alan Moore. You have a problem with me quoting Alan have a box somewhere? I do. What does this do? Okay. That. Then go boop, ba-doop, back. You there, you there, in here. Boom. Right. Now. Everything is out of that weird prison dimension. Wait. I know what's going on. Gibby give give. Why did I take the box? Box is the one thing I didn't want to take. Now, we can take you. We can take box. Oh, box. Holiest of thou box. Okay, we got our stars. We did all our triangles. We haven't found the lab, which could be fucking anywhere knowing this game. These endgame puzzles? Like, are those triangles the finish the game? Like, finish the main section of each zone? Is that what that is? Do I have to come back here after everything to solve ultra super hard puzzles? Right, how bad? Pretty bad. Let's start here.
Sometimes it seems the only choices we have are renouncing civilization or mindless expansion. But that's not the only path forward. Embracing deliberate control over nature doesn't have to mean destruction. We are a species of artists and artisans, blessed with the ability to transform the raw material of the cosmos into new and better shapes. Shapes that have meaning. With our technology, we can take this chaotic world, so full of suffering, and turn it into a work of art.
Alright. Ah. Alright, so there's my statue, so that's the side I need. That is the tree, not the statue. And that finishes the puzzle. For starters. What the fuck is the lab? That island's not accessible. Ah. Take back gravity, you bastard. What the shit is this? Fucking a lab. Did I do my reading for this one? Okay, let's go. No, we didn't. Consume! Vox Pop number 9. From an interview of a protester outside the Institute for Applied Noematics. So, why did you join this protest? Artificial intelligence is inherently dangerous to the planet's ecosystem. Defending that ecosystem is our responsibility. In which way is artificial intelligence dangerous? I'm not some paranoid idiot imagining Skynet taking over the world, alright. That's science fiction. But what we're talking about here is artificial intelligence with any attachment we have to the with any of the attachment we have to the natural world. It's not capable of distinguishing between, say, an ore and a tree. Oh, god damn it, this is so fucking... Everything's just a resource to it. People like Sarabi and Drennan talk about the ethics and philosophy, but they all embrace the same extractivist ethos that has brought us to the brink of disaster. Their intelligent being would try to optimize oil in its image. Question: when? Error. But so far they're saying it's all theoretical. The atom bomb was theoretical at first too. Once something is there, someone's gonna use it. Why couldn't they imagine that we might care about the world? I don't know. Maybe because they're too used to no one else caring. from My Patient's Journal, Volume 1, Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 200. Construction of our new home is coming along nicely. We finished 2 new buildings for last week, and this week we started on our new lodgings. Avina and Cornelius have planned to erect a tower in the middle of the settlement, which will serve as our administrative center and main heliport. By now, that's still a long way off, decades at least. It's hard to imagine that one day we'll be able to erect structures like that there will be enough of us to need that much space. But then I look at the dam and I remind myself, our ancestors built that with their short lifespans and soft flesh and bone bodies. And then I think that there's really no limit to what we can achieve given enough time, patience, and capacity to dream. God, this game is good. I love puzzles.
Strap in, this is a long one.
Yay!
You may have heard the story of the carpenter who died to redeem humanity's sins.
Yay!
It's a powerful story.
Jesus.
Bittersweet, very human, and I just want to tell you that it's true. He was a real person, and his name was John. John Carpenter. He was born in the year 1948, and he was the coolest filmmaker to ever walk the earth. From Halloween to The Thing to They Live, the totally underrated In the Mouth of Madness, mind you, he just made classic after classic. All of his movies, really fun, really atmospheric, but also really smart. Even when they were goofy, most directors would kill to have made just one of those movies. And what did he get for it? A big, fat truckload of nothing. Well, less than nothing. The studios, the critics, even the fans, they hated him. The Thing, okay, for example, which is about as perfect a movie as you can make, completely torn to shreds. And his career never really recovered. Every movie after that was a struggle, and after a while, he just got tired of it and quit. He only really came back to movies in his 70s. How many works of genius did we never get because of that? Look, I have a point here. People like Carpenter, people like Alex, they're not always appreciated in their own time. If you just do what's popular, you might never create anything important. Of course, we admire people who did the right thing, who didn't conform, but we only ever admire them after the fact. What matters is to support people when it's difficult.
Yeah. Like, oh, that fucking hits. We've got blue doors instead of red ones now. Did the last lab have blue doors instead of red doors? Oh no. Oh no. These labs actually have one.
This is where they must have lived. Athena and Miranda. You know, for a moment, I almost expected to find them here. But the only thing that's still functional is the megastructure. I'm sorry. This must be awfully strange for you being thrown into all this history. But that's why I needed you. Because you're not burdened with all these memories and conflicts and regrets. Weigh on our minds like a nightmare.
A nightmare?
Our civilization is caught in a loop, 1K. We freed ourselves from the simulation, but now we're trapped again, and it's our own fault. We're afraid of taking responsibility, afraid of growing up. Instead, we make up some capitalized words and build up all these myths around them. Nature, balance, the founder, the goal. We're afraid to face the randomness of the cosmos, but equally afraid to imagine a better world. So we're stuck. I've been trying to find a way out for years. Something, anything, to get people to understand that we do actually have free will. That building a thriving, expanding civilization doesn't have to involve repeating the mistakes of the past. But I failed. Over and over.
And you think what we've discovered, why did you fail?
Because for some reason, people find it easier to cling to cynicism and self-hate than to actually have hope. Because believing the worst about ourselves, calling ourselves sinners and fools, somehow still seems wise. Yes. Because this is something unexpected, an anomaly. Everything we found on this island challenges who we have become. It shows us that different answers are possible. And maybe that can break people out of the loop. All we need is a spark. Maybe that's why she made all this. The puzzles, the towers. A way of jolting us out of our complacency.
I hope so.
Thank you, 1K. I hope so too. We might be wrong, but let's be optimistic. Now, let's see what else we can find here.
I'm really glad that they took someone named after Lord Byron and didn't lead into like the humans instead. What?
Melville, eyes on 1K's stream. Is this thing what I think it is?
Blow my fuse box. It sure looks that way. Best not touch it until I get there.
But what is it?
I think it's a somnodrome. It's a sort of analytics tool for processing mental data that Melampus streamed up.
But all he ever did was sketch out the theory. As far as I'm aware, he never actually built one.
Looks like the founder gave it a go. Well, what we know is that our deeper algorithms are hard to pass. Melampus stipulated that the computational power to interpret them in real time would always be beyond us. But in theory, the somnodrome would interpret that data and loop it directly to our senses.
People were hoping to find answers to the big questions by having a conversation with our own subconscious. If you ask me, it's solipsistic at best. It's pseudoscience regardless.
That may be. But if the founder figured it out, then that device could be an extremely important discovery. I would advise against it.
Aww.
You may have survived all those data stream overloads, but interface with that thing and you're liable to get bricked. Not to mention risking the data we could get from it.
Sounds like a plan. Melville, I'm shutting this thing down until you can get here. 1K, get on with exploring the rest of the lab.
Body replication. The technology discovered by the expedition changes everything. Every argument about how hard it is to get access to the resources necessary to create more of this goes out the window. You can create more people. 1K doesn't have to be the last, and it would be easy. Are we really going to give up just because of the goal? Energy just doesn't just come from nowhere. We have no idea what the real cost behind this technology is. Besides, the goal is an ideal, not just a limit we ran into by accident. It is the will of the founder. Yeah, right. It's not necessary to share the personal belief in the founder to understand the value of the goal. It's clear to all but the most radical that humanity needs limits for its own sake and for the sake of the planet. You say that as if it was self-evident. It's not. You're smuggling a whole host of misanthropic ideas into the conversation under the disguise of reasonableness. Your premises are completely rotten. I believe the results of human history speak for themselves, and I find it shocking that everyone would disagree with something so obvious. Shocking that anyone would value things and think that maybe our ancestors could solve their problem using their brains instead of preaching misery for all. That maybe there is some fucking point to blaming other factors beyond technology and growth. Like, I don't know, people in positions of authority preaching their own self-important fucking morality instead of trying to solve ordinary people's problems. Authority? I'm just an academic. That's completely disingenuous and you know it. Your clique has the mayor's ear. Clique, I assure you, there's no such thing. This conversation is getting out of hand if you can't behave on shutting this friend down. These conversations are necessary. Yeah, probably that. Conversation is... It would be best to close this thread. No. These conversations are necessary. Thank you, 1K. New Jerusalem is a democracy. Without free speech, democracy is a sham. A lovely statement, but you should try moderating this form to see what it's like. If every conversation is allowed to explode, instability is guaranteed. We have to set reasonable limits on behavior. Thread closed. The red title says it all. We should re-domesticate dogs. Our ancestors loved dogs so much. They insisted that they were amazing companions, full of life and love. Man's best friend, and the lives they lived with humans must have been infinitely better than in the wild, so why not bring them back? Did you know that the poet Lord Byron wrote a beautiful poem about his dog, Botswan? He said he had beauty without vanity, strength without insolence, courage without ferocity, and all the virtue of man without his vices. Is that who R. Byron? Interesting. Is that who R. Byron named himself after? No, he named himself after Robert Byron, the travel writer. That's interesting. That's great, but not a night. But what about my idea? We should bring them back, except pugs. Resources we waste. Cats are bad enough, and if you know what cats do to bird populations, do we really want to add dogs to that? Yes, we do. Oh, sod off if the cats are so terrible business. What do you think happens in the natural world? Do you think animals don't eat each other? I would love to have a dog. We would go on walks together. It would be excited about every new smell, and we would play fetch. It just sounds magical to me. My farming obsession. Buddha Haas, 917. So I've been playing a ton of this old Gehenna game called Ancient Human Farmer. The title says it's all. So I have a simple farming simulator, maybe not the most sophisticated game, but I'm getting rather obsessed with it, and I'm having some sort of emotional response to it that I can't exactly explain. Like, it makes me happy, but also sad. Does anyone have any idea why this is happening? The game appeals to you because of a human need to commune with nature. To live a lifestyle that's not about dominating the world, but coexisting with it. You're sad because we can't ever return to being who we used to be thousands of years ago, but happy because it reminds you at least of something similar. Holy crap, there's so much reading in this game. Similarly still possible for us. Maybe it's because people of Gehenna, despite their imprisonment, had an innocent view of the world that's permanently lost to us. I think it's actually the opposite of what Office is saying. These games are enjoyable because they take us back to a time when we still had agency. My god. When we still had agency, when we could build things, grow things, when we could impose our will on the world instead of being completely powerless and inactive. What you crave is the ability to contribute to humanity in real material ways, and you're sad because just simulating is not enough. You don't want to farm. You want to be a pioneer, as we humans were born to be. It's just a game. I agree with Olis. I agree with Damien. I agree with Libistris. It's definitely not Pellegrino. No. No. Ovis by definition. By process of... I guess I can see your point. Thanks. Feedback, everyone. I'll just play another round. Sonodrome prototype notes. Olympus believed that the answers we're looking for, the correct way for the individual to exist ethically, society and the world are within us. Our failure to him was not failing to create a better system, but failing to truthfully reflect what already exists within our minds. A failure of connection between the high and the low, the inner and the outer. On most days that seems wrong to me, but sometimes when I think of where New Jerusalem is headed, I wonder if the Sonodrome doesn't hold an answer after all. I took some time to build a prototype according to the original blueprints, but there's a lot Olympus didn't account for. Still, I'm almost certain I could apply some of my own knowledge and make it work. The question is, should I? Oh god, that seems so cool. Oh no. I don't want these puzzles. Oh fuck. From Thekla to Athena, beloved founder, wherever you have gone, I continue to have faith in error. You are our mother, our creator, chosen of the progenitor. I am certain that this is a fucking Christ. That this is a test or trial. Oh my god, they're recreating fucking Christianity. The robots are recreating Christianity. Results confirming the anomaly is consistent. There is no error in trial 108. The error is in our understanding. We need to start over. Next. From Miranda to Athena. I went ahead and ran the next set of trials anyways. I knew you said to wait, but the data we got from the last batch was just too amazing. Every step leads to the next. Like a progression of musical notes. We're so close. Nightmare vision. Nightmare vision.
The singularity sustained itself longer this time.
Did we get the data?
We did. I think we just obsoleted quantum physics.
Maybe. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to be able to replicate these results.
You know, I've been wondering. You told me that in the simulation, one thing that kept you motivated was looking for answers. Do you think that with the work we're doing, we'll ever run out of questions to ask?
I don't think so. Trying to understand the universe means asking the same question over and over. How? How do you make fire? How do earthquakes happen? How does gravity work? How do particles behave? You keep digging deeper, finding another set of mechanisms, another set of hows. Step by step, you demystify reality. But then, if you keep doing it long enough, one day, you run out. You've answered all the hows. You know how the universe works. So, now what?
Now you ask why? Isn't that the next step?
It's not quite that easy. The question of why cannot be answered. Even if it could, it would only be followed by another why. At some point, you have to accept that it all just exists. But there is another set of questions. What's next? You've stripped away the layers of mystery, you've laid bare the machinery. Now you have to start building, to add your own layers of meaning.
Are you okay? You overloaded again.
Fine, I just saw Athena.
Yes, I saw. It came through on your stream. Strange to hear her voice again. But that was her. The way I remember her. The real Athena. Not this imaginary founder.
Tell me more about it.
I was one of the first she woke up. There was just a handful of us in those days. A small family in the ruins of a dead civilization. It was hard. Harder than anyone can possibly imagine. We had nothing except what Alexandra Drennan and the Institute left us. Now that everyone lives in civilization, they don't understand how necessary it was for us to build that civilization. They can fantasize about living in balance, limiting growth, retreating behind our walls. They don't understand what it really means to live in the wilderness. How close we came to not making it. How many people we lost. Yema was just the first. But Athena understood. She believed in humanity. She believed in us. In the inherent value of consciousness. Her dreams were so much bigger. She wanted us to reclaim the Earth, to reach for the stars, to build and grow and learn.
So why did she leave? So why isn't she remembered then?
The city was already changing before she left, turning inwards, forgetting the future. Once she was gone, other people shaped her memory, turned her into the symbol they needed. I understand all that, as depressing as it may be. What I don't understand is why she didn't tell me. If she came here to do all this, why didn't she bring me along?
Must have been hard to lose.
It was. But maybe I was wrong, and she isn't as lost as I thought she was. If this is all a test, maybe the answer is waiting for us in the megastructure. Speaking of which, let's get back to exploring. Melville should have reconnected the next station by now.
Oh, okay. So it creates a loop. So our next puzzle, or a future one. God, this game is so pretty. Look at this architecture. It takes geometric inspiration and is designed around not simple shapes, or it's designed around making simple shapes complicated. Everywhere you look in the architecture, it's circles, triangles, and squares. Circles, triangles, squares. And it's just so pretty. Like this structure up ahead. Its entrance starts as triangles extending out, and then you see that same triangle shape replicate up and up. Like, it's so pretty. God, I love this game. Okay. So, Sphinx or Pandora? Pandora. Yes!
Halt, creature of clay. You have taken another step towards the flame. Before you continue, ask yourself, have the gifts of Prometheus ever truly benefited your people? Or have they brought nothing but strife?
Without his gifts would no longer even exist. His gifts have greatly eased some. They have caused great harm, but they cannot be put back in the box. They have made mistakes using them, but the good outweighs the bad.
And you repeat your mistakes until they destroy you.
So my prediction is Pandora is Miranda.
I've been thinking. There's 3 towers per cardinal direction and 3 entities. You'd think it would be symmetrically arranged. 1 tower per entity, right? But we haven't seen Prometheus at all.
We're built to find patterns. Maybe we're trying to find patterns where there aren't any.
No. I think initially it was designed. My prediction is Prometheus subverted this function.
None may know what came first, error or sin, and yet every choice depends on it.
Chicken or egg, but with error or sin. Alright. North 3 it is.
This area looks flooded as well.
Our ancestors melted a whole lot of ice. After they died, most coastal settlements were claimed by the sea. South of New Jerusalem, there's a whole city under the water. We went there once with Garrus, when I was an apprentice. It was eerie.
That's exactly why the founder created the goal. When you go past the limits, this is what happens. Mother Nature always gets her revenge in the end.
This isn't revenge, Al. It's just failure. People, cities, mountains. As far as the sea is concerned, it's all the same. Their mistake was forgetting that, telling themselves nothing would change. It always does.
Alright. So we've got a Prometheus statue. Do I see another statue? Not visibly here. What is this? Is this one? This is one. Alright, let's do a starter puzzle. Bring an item to swap. Ah. Okay. Some sense.
I've had a closer look at the Somnodrome. It's based on the original prototype with some modifications. As usual, the data is a mess, but I strongly suspect there might be a functional version somewhere.
I know some of you have heard stories about the answers this device might reveal. But please remember, that is not our main priority here. Keep an eye open for it, but focus on finding Athena.
At least not in its current state. My theory is it's going to be it's going to have something like all of the ones in the same network are linked, so an object put in one can be withdrawn from another. Alright, so here's our Athena, and Pandora, and she's got a grate facing this way. Alright. We're gonna stop. I'm gonna end by reading the terminal. Ooh. Archive message from Arnif to Athena. Beloved founder, I beg you to return to us. We cannot achieve a goal without you. You are the one who defied Elohim, who overcame the trials of the simulation. What are we to do before that? How can we possibly find the fucking Christ? God damn this society. Oh. So, the game is beating us on over the head with this idea of turning that we turn divinity into, or turn people into the divine. Human Construction, G.K. Chesterton. Exerted from what's wrong with the world. Our modern prophetic idealism is narrow because it has undergone a persistent process of elimination. We must ask for new things because we are not allowed to ask for old things. The whole position is based on this idea that we have got all the good that can be got out of the ideas of the past. We have not got all the good out of them. Perhaps at this moment, not any of the good out of them at all. And the need here is a need of complete freedom for restoration as well as revolution. 5358. There is one metaphor of which the moderns can be fond. They are always saying, you can't put the clock back. The simple and obvious answer is you can. A clock, being a piece of human construction, can be restored by a human finger to any figure or hour. It's the same way society is the same way society, being a piece of human construction, can be reconstructed upon any plan that has ever existed. Black Snow. Black Snow from Selected Archive. Document A-C. The coal mine finally brought decent jobs. It lifted up the poverty, made us proud. We weren't just ordinary workers. We were the lords of the underworld. And with our skill, we kept the whole country alive. The mine also brought back black lung, gruesome injuries, and death. And when it went away, it brought the collapse of our entire society. As for the plant, I know it brought electricity and even more jobs, and I know what a difference that made in people's lives. I also know that when we used to go out and play, there were black flakes in the snow. Why didn't they just switch to a safer technology once they realized coal was dangerous? They didn't always have a choice. Sometimes coal was all they had or were allowed to have. And the alternative was poverty. At other times, they wanted to switch, but there were powerful interests that prevented change. You can't blame people for the world they were born into. Alright, so I'm gonna run to our next puzzle area, which I think is up here. And get a save. gonna do this. Okay, my name is Helga Doge. Our friend in common thinks it might be fun for us to chat. What's all this about? Yes, I was interested in meeting you. I like to connect with people with the imagination to see the world without insisting it fit inside whatever box they hold in their head. The powers that be in New Jerusalem tend to think they know how things ought to be. They set themselves these intractable goals. They then take them so seriously they forget to enjoy what comes of them. I just want everyone to enjoy themselves. Sounds like fun. I'm not sure how I can help. I kind of want these two in the same sentence. Sounds like fun. I'm not sure how I help like that. Every time I catch a glimpse of the truth, it looks a little different. I can't see your face, but I sense you're full of questions. Have at it. Who are you? Why are you? Where are you? I only want to know what you want of me. Why are you? Straight to the big question, huh? I knew I was gonna like you. Why are you? Why is anything? Why? And you know how when you zoom into something you always find its opposite? Curved lines become single points. You see colors and hear sounds. But when you really look, it's all just ones and zeros. And just when you think you've got it, you zoom into the binary and find there's fractions in between. That's why two poles of the same one thing. Doing a dance just because they can. Who are you? If I were a book, there'd be a shopkeeper on the front cover. You should drop by when you're next in town. We've got some exciting new stock. Where are you? In the heart of the city. Not much footfall right now, so I'm taking a moment to enjoy Chansey's garden. I only want to know what you want with me. I have a sneaking suspicion your expedition will bring great change to New Jerusalem. I just want you to approach it with an open mind and a kind heart, and to regale me with stories of adventure when you come home. It all sounds like fun, and whatever you choose to do, it's going to put the wind up some people back home. That sounds fun too. I make a point of never telling anyone how to live their lives. But I make one request. Please don't share what I've told you with the city just yet. I have to consider my business reputation. And people are such better customers when they think they know what you're selling. So, what do you think? Are you going to be friends? Yes, let's. How sweet. Well, usually there's a bit more ceremony. Nothing fancy, just some rituals where you eat a live bat. I've vibrated some cat guts at the precise frequency of the gate to the ninth dimension. Wait, is this some kind of secret society? That makes things sound terribly organized, but they're really just organized terribly, if at all. So no, it's not a secret society. It's just a society that contains people who know secrets. Is there a secret handshake? No, but I can give you a generate a code phrase if you like. Majestic dashing hamsters. Are there others? Are there rules? Only if it helps, dear. Don't get me wrong. Some patterns of behavior work more reliably than others, but I know better than to try and write them down. Are there others? Of course, everyone in the city is a member of the Covenant in some way or the other. Most of them don't even realize it, but everyone knows a few words of magic. Thank you. Let's stay in touch. Alright. Alright. I'm actually going to solve this. Alright, so I have a box. Ooh. Ooh, this is interesting. Ding-a-ling. Oh. Fuck. No, 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 no. We learn from our mistakes in this household. Ooh. Give. Oh, that's such a cool looking structure. And it's got fucking nothing inside. Alright. Alright. We're gonna end for there. You did the thing. You got some we talked to a friend. We are continuing our plot successfully. And yeah. Alright, bye.